Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Becky Shade, and I'm the Library Director of the Fairfield County District Library. Today, we're recording live from our Northwest Branch Library, which is located at 2855 Helena Drive Northwest in Carroll. It's near the intersection of Coon Path and 33. We chose to record from this location because it has several unique features that I'd like to show off. But before we get to that, I want to tell you a little bit about our library system. So we are the largest library system in Fairfield County. We have branches, our main library is in Lancaster, and then we have branches in Baltimore, in Bremen, in Amanda, and here in Carroll. And we also have a self-service kiosk in Millersport. So that makes up the Fairfield County District Library System. With everything going on, I thought we would start with some of the changes to library services during the current pandemic. During the stay-at-home order, of course, the library was closed. Although even while we were closed, we were able to offer our digital resources, so ebooks, e-audio, online learning, as well as some online programs. You're going to hear about more of those things later. And once the stay-at-home order was lifted, we were able to start curbside pickup. We have kind of a phased-in plan to get back to library service, and curbside pickup was our first phase of that plan. We are currently doing curbside only, which means that we do not have, our library buildings are not open for in-person browsing yet, but we are happy to announce a date for our reopening. All library locations will be reopening for in-person service on Tuesday, July 7th. Until that point, we will be continuing to do curbside pickup. Curbside is very simple to use. Customers place items on hold, either on our online catalog, by calling in. Once those items are on hold for you, you come to that library location that you've placed them on hold, call in to let staff know they're there, that you're there, and staff will make sure those materials are checked out to you and deliver them to your trunk for our contactless service. That has been really good. We've been doing that for a little more than a month now, and it's been a very positive experience. Lots of positive feedback from customers, and we are very excited to be able to offer that. So some other things that you may notice are new services or new ways that we're doing things. The first thing I wanted to talk about is our hours. We have modified our operating hours, and we have kind of streamlined those so that our operating hours are the same at all library locations. Those hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Those have been our hours during curbside pickup, and those will continue to be our modified open hours when we are open for in-person service at the library. There's a couple of reasons we've had to modify our hours. First off, when we are open to the public, we will need to do increased sanitation of high-touch surfaces, so that'll be an additional responsibility for staff. We will also continue to do curbside pickup even when the library is open for in-person service, to allow customers to have that no contact option still, and that will take up some staff time. In addition, unfortunately, the pandemic has had a financial impact on the library system, as it has on many businesses and organizations and individuals. The library receives most of our funding from the state through the Public Library Fund. The Public Library Fund is made up primarily of income tax, sales tax, and commercial activity tax, all of which that have been negatively impacted by the pandemic. We are here at Fairfield County planning for a 20% reduction in our revenue. So we've had to make budget cuts to be able to make those equal out. So by having reduced operating hours, it reduces our expenses, and then it allows us to be able to keep operating within the revenue that we're receiving. So in addition to modified hours, we are isolating all returned materials for at least 72 hours. So what that means is we're asking customers to return items to our book drops. Staff is not able to accept items personally. So you're gonna drop those in a book drop. Staff will be emptying those on wheeled bins, wheeling them into the building, and leaving them to sit for 3 days. The reason for that is a recent Battelle study has come out and confirmed that the virus is undetectable on library materials after 3 days. That allows our staff to be safe when they're checking those items in, and it allows us to be able to provide items to the public that we know are safe as well. So you will see those items on your library account for longer than normal. Normally, when you return an item, we check it in that same day. Now, there's going to be at least a 3-day lag time. The good news about this is last September, the library went fine-free, so you do not need to worry about getting fines on your library account during that time, but those items will stay on your account longer. Some other things you're going to notice at the library is all staff will be wearing face coverings. I'm not wearing mine currently, just so everyone is able to hear me well, and the other staff members you hear from are not wearing theirs currently, but even when you come for curbside pickup, your staff member is going to be wearing a mask. We are encouraging all customers to wear face coverings as well. We are installing plexiglass barriers at all service points across the library system. We do not have any in-person programs or meetings scheduled at this time for the immediate future. We are not able to do that while there's still limits on congregating. We've removed much of the furniture in our locations and put that into storage so that we can comply with social distancing regulations and just limit that congregating. In addition to those things, about half of our computers are going to be available for the public when we reopen. We need to put some of them out of service to maintain that 6-foot distance between users. And because of that, we are implementing a 2-hour time limit per day on computer use, but customers will still be able to print, photocopy, scan, and fax. And I know there's a lot of people out there who need those services, so I think we'll be looking forward to that part of library service coming back.
So as youth services coordinator, I get to do a lot of fun things for the children. And every year, of course, we have our summer reading program. We're halfway through right now, but don't worry, you can still join. And it's for everyone. I'm going to show you a little bit what we're doing. We're doing a virtual summer reading program this year. So this is the app. It's called the Reader Zone. And you can download this app either on the App Store or from Google Play. It's very easy to download. You create an account, just like you would create any other account. For families, you can create just one account and add all of your children to that account. So that's a little bit different this year. We have adults programs, children's programs, teen programs. So what you would do, make your account, log in, and you want to put in this code. This is our Reader Zone code. It is 1EC19. 1EC19, and that will get you to the Fairfield County Library, Fairfield County District Library reading program. So once you're there, once you put in that code, it will give you choices. So you can choose to either do the pre-reader program, which is for children under 6, the school age program, which is ages 6 to 12, the teen program for teens, and the adult program. So you would keep track of all of the reading that you do on the app. And then at the end of July, if you have completed the goals that we have set for your program, your name will be entered into a drawing. So the prizes are a little bit different this year. We are doing drawings, so we do not have the prize card. I know that's all our kids' favorites, clicking things off the prize card, but we decided that's not a good idea this year. So we will instead draw names for prizes, and these prizes will be gift cards to local businesses such as AHA or Art and Clay or some of the restaurants downtown. So a little bit different, a little bit virtual this year. Also this year, not just the reading program, we do have the traditional paper logs. If you do not have access to an app or a computer, we do have paper logs that you can pick up. Right now you can pick them up curbside. Give us a call when you come to the library and tell us you'd like a reading log. We'll bring one out to you. And of course, you heard the good news. We're going to be opening July 7th. You can pick one up when you're in the library. And you still have until the end of July to meet your reading goals. So it's not impossible to start in the middle and finish our goals this year. Also, for the kids, I know it feels like we're not doing anything. We don't have kids in the library, but we do have virtual programs that the kids can join in. We have online story times on Facebook. Those are on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10:30. Looks like a traditional story time with stories and music and rhymes. So we hope people will join in that way. Anybody's welcome to join into story time. We also have grab and go bags. So those are for our fairy tale challenges and our art programs. Those run through July also. So if you are looking for something to do, you can sign up for those online on our event calendar. You can see everything and information about them there. Go to our website, www.fcdlibrary.org, and click on events, click on the events tab, and it'll show you what's going on at the library. Or you can call us and ask us for a grab and go bag. We can let you know what those are. And we, right now with Curbside, if you register online, we know that you need a bag. We put those downstairs, and when you get there to the library, just call the number on the curbside sign, and we bring those bags out to you. So the fairy tale challenge is based on different fairy tales. So the one this week was Rapunzel, and then there's a challenge that goes along with it. So in each bag, there are materials for the challenges. This challenge was to build a tower and an escape route for Rapunzel. So the materials were in the bag. Just pick it up on Curbside and follow along on our YouTube or Facebook page. We post those videos, so you don't have to be there right at 2 o'clock on Wednesday and Thursday to do those. You can watch the videos later. This week we're doing the 3 Billy Goats Gruff, and they have to build a challenge to get across the river and away from the troll. So as this week, we also have the art programs, and that works the same way. All the materials are in the bag. You come and pick up the bag, watch the video on YouTube or Facebook, and have a good time. So there's still things to do at the library, even though we are closed and even though we can't do big groups. We will continue to offer something, even if it's just virtually. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hand you over to Allison. She's our tech services person.
Before you guys move on, can you hear me at all?
I'm Allison Moore. I am the Technical Services Librarian here at Fairfield County. I am also one half of Lattes with Librarians. Lattes with Librarians is one of our new summer virtual summer programs. Leah and I, you'll meet Leah here in a few minutes. She and I meet on Facebook Live. You can just get to it on our library Facebook page every Friday morning at 10:30. We just meet for coffee and to chat with one another, and then to chat with you guys in the comments. We talk about books for sure, the library, movies, what's going on. We talk about gardening. We told some dad jokes last week. One week we got talking about the parts of ships and what they were called, and it turns out we didn't know any of them, but the people in the comments did. So basically we talk about a little bit of everything, definitely important stuff. We just thought that it would be a fun but socially distant way to hang out with the community now that we can't see you in in-person programs. So we would love it if you would join us tomorrow morning and every Friday at 10:30. And please, if you do, say hello in the comments and let us know that you're there. Let us know that you watched this video. We'd love to know that. So I'm the Tech Services Librarian, but the question is, what is technical services? Well, I have to say it is where the magic happens. That's how I would define it, because we order, receive, catalog, and process all of the new material that the library purchases. So you may not have spent a lot of time thinking about where the items you check out from the library come from, or maybe you have, because if you're watching this video, I have a feeling that you have an interest in what is going on behind the scenes at the library. So if so, it is your lucky day. We are going to go check out the Tech Services workroom. All right, this is the Tech Services. This is the Tech Services workroom. We have material here aligned on carts. Everything here that you can see, if you want to take a look around real quick, you can see we've got a bunch of new things that are ready to be processed and sent out. Since we reopened on May 4th, well, since we were allowed back in the building on May 4th, we have sent out about 4,000 new items. We've also only been a staff of 2, so if that sounds like a lot to you, I hope, because it felt like a lot to us. You can probably also see why my colleagues like visiting me here, because there's so much new stuff to look at and that new book smell. I know it is not for me. So the question is, how do items get here to begin with? Well, our adult services and youth services librarians, they select items for their departments every month. And then they send those lists to me and I place the orders on our vendors' websites and in our catalog. The reason why we order that way is so that there is a record available for you to see, so you can place a hold on an item before we even get it. We actually order many months in advance because we want to make sure we have items at the time that they are released. Something you may not know is that most books and DVDs are released on Tuesdays. That's their release date, except for James Patterson, who releases his books on Mondays. I don't know why, but that's a good trivia fact. It might not be a good trivia fact because I do trivia and it's never come up before. But so because of the way that we order, we do get boxes every day in the mail of books. Sometimes we'll get, 15 or 20 large boxes. Sometimes we just get small boxes, but we do have material coming in all of the time. So what happens when we open a box? Well, the first thing that we do is we pull everything out and we make sure that what is in the box is what we ordered, which I know sounds kind of boring and basic, but sometimes we do have to do a bit of quality control. For example, this book looks perfectly normal, but when you open it up, it's actually been bound upside down. So we have to kind of be aware of things like that and make sure that we want what they've sent us. So after we've done that, and we make sure that we have what we wanted, we immediately catalog and process the titles that have holds. Sorry.
Hi.
No, you're fine. We immediately catalog and process the titles that have holds. We always prioritize holds, and Fairfield County patrons have priority on Fairfield County items. So that means that even if a title has, say, 800 holds, your position in the holds queue only matters relative to other Fairfield County patrons. As long as we have several copies, you're going to get that copy much faster than it sounds like with there being 800 holds. So that's always something that's good to know and keep in mind as well. Don't get discouraged when the holds queue is long. So I said that we catalog them, and what does that mean? Well, in brief, it means that, I had to write this down so that it didn't sound too tedious. It means that we create a bibliographic record for the title in our catalog by entering a standard set of data in a very structured way. The end goal is that for you and for our staff can find an item in the catalog and distinguish it from other items in the catalog. So for example, we want you to be able to find A Star is Born starring Judy Garland and A Star is Born starring Lady Gaga and know the difference between the two. We also create item records so that we can have me check out this copy of A Star is Born and you check out this copy of A Star is Born, and we can have them distinct in the catalog as well. And we also have different bibliographic records for a widescreen versus full screen, abridged versus unabridged audiobooks, things like that, so that you know you're getting what you want. The next step is that we classify items, and classification could be adding assigning a Dewey Decimal number to a nonfiction book. It could be assigning a genre to a fiction book or a genre to a DVD. It also could be assigning a reading level to an easy reader book. And classification, it gives the item a place to live on the shelf, but it also is one more piece of information for you to help you decide if it is what you really want to check out. And the final step is physical processing. I've hit several of those things already. The spine label, property stamp, date stamp, barcode. We also use these new dots, and those show, they tell us what month we put the item out so that we know how long we want it to stay on our new shelves. Other physical processing details include the plastic jacket that goes on hardcover books. Most of our books have one of these on them already. That's the advantage of using a library vendor. They do some of that work for us, but they don't all come that way. So we put those on some, and then also as items circulate and they wear and tear, we'll replace ripped and broken jackets. Another thing we replace through wear and tear is cases for our AV items. We want our AV items, this is an audiobook case. We want them to have a very sturdy case to circulate in so that they can circulate for as long as possible. A final bit of processing is what I showed you here before, cover art for CDs, DVDs, audiobooks, playaways. If you were to spill your drink on a DVD, which I'm sure you would never do, but if you did, if you spilled it and the art got kind of watercolory and smudged, it would make its way back here to us and we would get you something new.
And I think that that is about it. The final step is that we check items in and we send them out into the world, to other libraries and our libraries in these blue bins. I will say that our consortium libraries are just getting back up and running again, and we're quarantining items for 72 hours when they're returned. So because of that, our shared delivery service is running a little more slowly than usual, which means that it might take you longer to get your holds. It will be back up running again soon, but just please keep that in mind. Now, finally, I said that we receive and process all of the library's material, but that's not 100% true. We process all of the library's physical material. We actually have a boatload of electronic resources, and I'm going to turn it over to Leah for her to talk to you about those.
Hi, I'm Leah Kerrigan. I'm the coordinator of adult services. So I have ordered a lot of the items in here for Allison to take care of because we order more materials than the services department does. But I am also one of my unofficial title is Download Diva, and it's my responsibility to know everything about all of our digital resources. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. These are things that you can enjoy from the comfort and safety of your own home. All you need is either a computer, a tablet, or even just a smartphone to enjoy these, and your library card. All of these resources are free with your library card. Now, we are a library, so of course we offer ebooks and audiobooks. To access the ebooks and audiobooks, you'll want to use either the RB Digital, Libby, or Hoopla app. Hoopla also offers a wonderful selection of music titles, as well as some movies and TV shows. And Canopy also offers movies, as well as award-winning indie films and documentaries and like educational type material. Canopy also has a wonderful kids collection, which has the added benefit of it doesn't count against your monthly total. So you can check out as many of the kids titles, and they've got great educational stuff from like PBS and other places, but it's a wonderful kids collection. Most of the ones that I've already mentioned have a specialized kids collection, so you can get in and browse just what you're looking for there. If you're not into movies, you want to do a little more reading, Flipster offers a selection of magazine titles that you can enjoy on your computer or tablet or phone. And we also have online access to the New York Times. At the library, we only get the Sunday New York Times, but you can read every day online from the library for free. If you are a creative person and you like making things, Creative Bug is a database that we have that offers step-by-step video tutorials showing you how to paint or crochet or knit or journal. It has a lot of creative educational videos. Gale Courses offers personal growth videos as well as educational videos. So you might go on there to learn how to play the guitar, or you might go on there to get certification credits towards your nursing degree. It's a wide variety of resources there on Gale Courses. We also have lynda.com. Lynda offers more career-oriented educational tutorials. So you might learn how to use your computer better or get a certification for your job. So that's a great resource, especially now while we have a lot of people out there looking for new jobs. Having some of that under your belt and showing that you can do these skills would be really great. You might be interested in learning a new language, in which case we have Transparent Languages. They have over 100 different languages that you can sit down and learn in a very fun, interactive way. You might need to, I don't know, repair your car. We have the Chilton database where you can get car repair information. We just have a wide variety of digital resources, and all of those can be found under the Digital Resources tab on our website. So if you go to the Fairfield County District Library website, at the top there's digital resources, and there's a wide variety of resources available to you. And if you need help, staff is always willing to help you navigate those and find what you're looking for. Just give us a call. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Becky now, and she can share a little more information.
Thank you. Thank you to all of my staff who are wonderful and were participating in this today. I wanted to mention that anytime you need information about the library system, you can visit our website, www.fcdlibrary.org. That's a great place to keep up to date with any news that the library is releasing. And you can find more information about all the services that were mentioned here and even more. You can follow the library on Facebook, and that's a great way to keep up to date with what we're doing as well. I think I'm going to log on to a regular computer now, but before I do that, I do want to say thank you to our community for their support and for their patience as we navigate kind of a new world and how we can safely fit the library into that. I'm going to transfer to a wired computer now to be able to see those chats. It'll take me just 1 minute.
Becky, before you go, can you hear me? Okay.
Okay, I think we can turn that off, and then I can.
Can you hear me? Okay. Could you just go over a little bit information about the garden again? Because when you went outside, it completely cut that whole section out. And I had a couple of people asking me.
Sure, absolutely. Can you hear me okay?
It's a little bit, turn up your volume just a little bit.
Okay. All right, how's that?
That's good.
Great. I'm going to actually have Tara Hudson talk to you about the garden because that was the part that she did. Tara Hudson is our branch manager here at the Northwest Branch Library and Early Literacy Center.
Hey guys, I don't know how much you heard, so I'll just kind of go through it again. As we walked into the library or into the garden, we call it the Peter Rabbit Garden because it does tell you the story of Peter Rabbit by Peter Potter through those paver stones. So you can walk through the entire garden and basically read a book, which is a bonus as far as materials in the library and materials outside of the library. We also use the garden kind of as a teaching tool because we plant fruits and vegetables and flowers. And this year we've taken some of the liberty with the theme for summer reading, and we planted things like snapdragons and beans and dinosaur carrots, I think is one of them. So they're kind of a fun theme, and kids get to try something that maybe they haven't tried before. Last year we planted purple bell peppers, and most of the kids had never seen a purple bell pepper before. So they help us harvest them. They take them home, they eat them, they let us know if they enjoyed them or not. So that's a nice teaching tool. We also we feed the birds. So we do have a hummingbird feeder, an oriole feeder, and some other bird feeders. And there's a lot of teaching tools in that. We use, we tell the kids a little bit about nature. We have birds that nest in the garden. We do, in the wintertime, we do Project Feeder Watch from Cornell University up in New York. We talk about the different birds. We use iNaturalist, which is an app. We can take pictures of different insects and butterflies, and they use those in research. And we also have some rare birds that fly over this branch. Bald eagles quite frequently, sandhill cranes, so we can put that into eBird as well. So not only are we teaching kids, but we're helping with some of the research. This year we did a fairy garden, so there are things in there that the kids can kind of move around and play with, and we do actually have some fairies in there. So while the library has been closed, they've been able to come and pick up their books and walk through the garden and see what all we planted, check out the fairy garden, look to see if there's any bird nests this year, that kind of thing.
Thank you. I really appreciate you going over that again.
questions, I can look in the chat too. Don't see anything here, but I'm happy to answer any questions from anybody.
Someone asked earlier the name of the app for the summer reading program again.
Sure. It's Reader Zone. That's the name of the app, and you have that code to put in. It's also on our website. When you do that, you join Fairfield County's summer reading program and can track your reading on that app. It's been great. We've had more than 500 people join already, which is wonderful, and lots of reading being done, which is fabulous.
Does anybody else have any other questions? You could unmute yourself also if you don't want to type it into the chat. I don't see anybody.
I appreciate your guys' patience with the technology issue that we had. We weren't aware that there was a problem, so I'm sorry.
That's okay. When I called in, they were very helpful. Thank you for being able to work through that. I appreciate that.
No problem at all. No problem at all. If you think of a question later, you're welcome to contact the library. You can call or email us. We have a kind of a general email box at fcdweb@fcdlibrary.org. You can find that on our contact us on our website as well. And you can email in any questions you have or just give us a call. That's no problem. You can contact us on Facebook Messenger as well.
Okay, great. Just really quick, I wanted to go over with you guys that are on the call what's coming up on Virtual Community next week. On the 27th, actually this Saturday, we have Art and Play. They're going to be at Rising Park and they're going to do an open air class. So that'll be on 10 o'clock on Saturday. Tuesday the 30th is Combustion Brewing in Pickerington. I want to say thanks to Carissa for helping me set that up because that's a good one. I think that's going to be really, people are going to enjoy that. And July 2nd is O Hoods right before the holiday, and they're going to talk about what's on tap. So those are the three that are coming up in the next week or so. So mark your calendars and tune in for those. And again, thank you, Becky, so much for being on today. We really appreciate it.
No problem at all.
Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.